board. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. Stand by. How's your week been, everybody? How's your day today going so far? Yeah, there might be storms. It just doesn't matter. Don't even think about them. Don't think about them. Just think about staying with us, please, until 3 o'clock. On the show today, Stephen Mangan will be live on the show. Beth Macari will be live on the show. Mason Alexander Park, they're the new MC in Cabaret, will be live on the show. Also, Willy Wonka himself will be on the show. We're talking all about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Also, lovely Louise Boyce. Now, you'll know her as Mama Still Got It. She will be joining me as well. She had a book out and it's just brilliant. And the actress Natalie Anderson, you would have seen her in Happy Valley and Hollyoaks and The Royal and Emmerdale. She also has a podcast out. So we're going to be talking to her about all of that and plenty more. And we got a little surprise up our sleeve too. La la la, everybody. I know it's Father's Day, but there are a lot of people out there who find today very, very difficult. They may have lost their dad, they may want to be a dad, or they may have lost their child. So to all of you, I send so much love. Okay, let's.
I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I just felt like telling the story of my life. I felt like maybe somebody could be inspired, you know? We all feel pain, we all go through things, but it's time to overcome all that. Your plane crashed in the water and everybody died. Would you drown on purpose or try to survive? I was born handicapped, my arm wouldn't move. They called me a cripple, pops caught an attitude. Beat my mom, smoked lie, drove trucks. My mom's had a miscarriage. He didn't give a f. He sniffed some coke, come home, beat up on my mom's cause she talking on the phone. Come on. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed was a father. That's all. The beat and said, yo, we got to go. Packed up her bags, we bounced out the door. She said, I ain't taking these whippings no more. I wanna live to see my little tar grow. I remember teardrops on my pop's face, looking down at me standing on the staircase. Handsome brother with a smooth goatee, makes me wonder why he acts so ugly. You feeling me? All I ever wanted, all I ever needed was a father. That's all. Drunk with me and my mom's bounce. Swig some Jack Dan, sniffed up an ounce. Grabbed the shot, he left Long Island for Queens, possessed by a demon. A devilish scene. I was too young to understand the risk when your moms come home off the midnight shift. She turned around, heard the shotgun click. My pop said, you think that you can leave me? Leave me? He blasted my mom's in the back. She fell down screaming, I can't forget that. My grandfather tried to close the door. He got shot 10 times in the stomach, yo. For real. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed was a father. That's all. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed was a father. My head was spinning, I had never seen blood. 4 years old, this don't feel like love. Anyway, pops disappeared. Grandfather pops and moms healed up over the years. This therapist got up in her head, led her to believe without him she'd be dead. You know, they fell in love with one another. Everything seemed right, that's word to mother. Until I started getting beatings every day. Sometimes for going outside to play. Late at night, on my knees I'd pray. A young child, wishing the pain would go away. Dad, where was you when he made me strip? Beat me with belts like a slave with a whip. Kicked me down steps outside in the snow. Punched me in the chest, stomped me out on the floor. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Look, it's too long for a song, but perfect for a book. Word is born. That's real, baby. Feeling it. But I ain't mad at you, Dad. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, Dad. Nah, feel it. I ain't mad at you, Dad. Nah, I ain't mad at you. It's all good. Live long, be strong. Take care of yours. As a father, I'ma take care of mine. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever needed. All I ever needed. That's all I ever wanted. Never give up. No matter what, never give up. Overcome the pain. Keep the faith. Be thankful to God. Move forward. Keep striving. Yeah. That's all. That's all. All I ever wanted. All I ever needed. Was a father. Yeah. Never give up. Never give up.
Hey Soul Sister Train. Something very funny just happened during that song. So my guest who's coming in later, but I said, come in now. Natalie Anderson, come in now. I begged and you came in. But you had somebody with you and I had no idea. And there is a woman sitting in the back of the studio who I'm not sure who she is. Is she a spy?
She is a spy. She's absolutely stealthy and brilliant. No, she's fantastic. She's my lovely, lovely producer, Becky, who works with me on the podcast.
Right, that was so funny. Suddenly there was somebody and she was holding up her phone. And I thought, who is this person? And nobody said, hello, shout hello. There is somebody here. Maybe she is a spy.
She is. She's very good at being, like I said, being very stealthy and getting information.
All right, okay. So we're going to be talking to you about your podcast, but we're also going to be talking to you later on about Happy Valley, about Hollyoaks, about the Royal, about Emmerdale, and also something else. Yes, she's scared. Be scared.
Yes.
Oh, be very scared. No, don't be scared at all, I promise. Right, well now, my first guest, apart from lovely Natalie, is Mama Still Got It, Louise. I'm delighted to welcome her on the show. Hello, Louise.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm a bit tired. We've just left a mini festival with the kids. So, yeah, camping and kids. You know, sometimes doesn't go to plan.
Tell me. Well, so you got Natalie here as well. Natalie's on the show to talk about her podcast. Natalie Anderson. This is Mama Still Got It. We all follow.
I love Louise.
She's
just absolutely brilliant.
fantastic.
Louise's voice is so brilliant and makes me howl constantly.
She has a book out and it's just brilliant. It's Mama Still Got It. It's such a good book.
You.
We're going to talk
Thank
about that
you.
in a moment, lovely, and the first time we met and the strange circumstances that you and I met in. But tell me more about the festival.
Well, it's my friend's festival, actually. He has a ridiculously beautiful farm in Dorset, and every year he gets all the parents together that we met at the school gates and our kids, and we go and we're just feral for the weekend, and it is absolutely brilliant.
So it's just for friends?
Yeah, it's just mates. He should actually ticket it because it's brilliant, and it's so good for the kids just to literally be feral.
Yeah,
we're
really
driving
is.
home now, actually, and you know the kids in the car. They've got like paint in their hair and tattoos everywhere, and
Perfect.
they all stink, but they're all so happy. Apart from the lack of sleep that we've all had.
Do you have paint in your hair and do you stink?
I stink. I do stink. I don't have paint in my hair, but I do smell, yeah.
I'm very pleased that you're not live in the studio then, in the nicest possible way. Because we have Natalie, and then there's a spy. There's a woman sitting in the corner. I don't know who she is. So congratulations on your book. Mama Still Got It. I mean, you have a huge following on socials. We met, I think it was probably about 10 years ago, in a shop.
Yeah. Do you know what? That was... wasn't 10 years ago. It was about 4 5 years ago.
I think it was 8 years ago. That's why.
My word.
I know, it's very bizarre. It's because of COVID times, we sort of have that weird time loop thing. But I remember chatting to you and I thought you were lovely. And you had was it your mum? Was it your mum was there?
Yes, my mum was there. I remember that day really well, obviously, because I met you and we were in that shop. But also, I don't know if you remember, but I met you and I was like, I've just crashed my car.
Yes.
And you were like, what?
That's what
I was rushing to go and I've just crashed my car.
I know.
But my husband doesn't know yet.
That was what I was going to bring up and say, have you told your husband yet? Because I presume he might be in the car with you now driving.
We've got a different car now.
You just got rid of that one because you were so embarrassed. I love that. So tell us more about the book, because obviously everybody, if they want to follow you, please do, because she's just so funny. I posted it before, but you falling into the paddling pool just makes me laugh, and I've just reposted it on my socials because it makes me laugh. So Mama Still Got It. Tell us about the book, please.
Well, I will start off by saying it is a Sunday Times bestseller. I just got the paper and had a look at it there.
Hold on. Wait. We've got to give you a fanfare. Hold on. There we go. Applause as well.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's brilliant.
Congratulations.
So yeah, that's I'm very happy about that. But yeah, so the book's about the real parenting calendar, like the academic school year, and it's the highs and the lows, and it's very relatable, and it's laugh out loud, and it's the book that we can all, like parents and carers, can relate to and laugh, and because parenting is difficult. It has it's challenging and it's messy, and sometimes we just need to laugh. At the ride and the journey, and that's what it's all about. And it's just very open and honest, and it's lovely actually, because I've had so many messages from people that have already got the book just saying, oh my God, thank you, you've just written what I've been thinking about certain things that you do with your kids or your partner. But obviously it's written in a very, as I said, it's very lighthearted. It's very it's written in a fun comedy way. With some few home truths with parenting and being married, and and I really enjoyed writing it. It was a bit of therapy, actually.
Good for you.
Also, my husband has a right of reply at the back of the book, because he does. There are a few home truths within marriages and the difference between mums and dads, and so he's got his right of reply as well. I thought it was only fair to let him.
Which I think is a wonderful thing. I think that's great. And is he there in the car with you now?
He's in the car, but I've stepped away from the car because he's got the 3 kids, and I think they're all kicking off. So I've stepped away from the situation.
Oh, is it? Oh, you're not driving. I thought you were actually driving.
No. He's in the car park, and I'm just walking around the car park.
It's so the reality of showbiz is car parks and the iPhones and any other phones are available. Of course, this is BBC. But talking about your Sunday Times bestseller book in a car park while your husband keeps the kids happy, that says it all about your book, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. And do you know what's funny is that at this festival just now, it's just given me so much more content for a sequel, because we took our 3-year-old and she's still quite tricky, like classic 3-nager, and yesterday she, for whatever reason, decided to do a poo, not in the toilet, just like on the toilet floor, and then got a glitter ball and put the glitter ball on top of the poo. And you're just like, wow, okay.
Yes.
And then obviously I didn't realise this, so a lovely dad, not my partner, but someone else, found it and cleared it all up.
Oh,
just got on with it, correct some of it, yeah. So
lovely. That's the opening of your next book. Your second book.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it has to be. Well, many congratulations. As I said, Natalie Anderson is here. She's been smiling all the way through.
I have.
I mean, that book
hi,
is
Natalie. It's so lovely to speak to you as well.
Like virtually, honestly, and like I said, I love your Instagram. And when you do the mum and dad and you do the opposite, I laugh out loud so much. And just all
funny.
of the content is just so funny. And the little hands, like the Barbie hand type things. I just think
Barbie
it's
hands
so
make me laugh.
brilliant. I know.
You've got to go on. She'll have to come on your podcast. There we go.
Absolutely. She's on our list.
I would love to. I would love to.
Louise, thank you. Congratulations on the book. Say hi to Dad as well, because he's important. But also say hello to your mum. And I was hoping that I could speak to your husband, but he's not there.
You know what? I mean, if you've got a bit of time, I could run and see if he's there.
Give us a commentary, please, of what's happening.
Hang on.
Right.
Let me go and see.
Remember, this is live radio.
This is live radio. This could go either way. Let's see.
Is she running? On. She's not out of breath.
She's not out of breath.
No. Right.
Yeah.
You're live on air. You're live on air. Hello. You're live on air. Don't say anything rude about your wife. Hello. You're live on air. Please say nothing rude about your wife.
Oh, hi there. I can hear you now. Sorry, you just transferred.
Good.
I can hear you in the car.
Okay, so you're live on the BBC. So we'd like to get your right of reply, because you have it in the book. You have it on socials. How was the weekend? And did you also see the poo with the glitter ball on it?
Oh, God. You leave her alone for 10 minutes and then it all comes out, doesn't it?
Is that Louise you're talking about, your 3-year-old?
Both of them, yeah. All of them. Hiding away in the car park.
Well, you must be feeling incredibly proud, being being the father of the children and the partner of the woman who's now a Sunday Times bestseller.
Well, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I'm really proud of her, and it's not like her to overshadow Father's Day with such an accolade.
Get in the dig. That's what I love. Both of you, thank you. That is fantastic. Louise, thank you. So lovely to chat to you again. And kisses to your mum as well. And to the whole family. And congratulations on the book. And congratulations for being a Sunday Times bestseller. It's available now. Mum has still got it. She really has.
There's a man at my house, he's so big and strong. He goes to work each day and he stays all day long. He comes home each night looking tired and beat. He sits down at the dinner table and has a bite to eat. Never a frown, always a smile when he says to me, "How's my child?" I say that I've been studying hard all day in school, trying very hard to understand the golden rule. I think I'll color this man father. I think I'll color him love. Said I'm gonna color him father. I think I'll color the man love. Yes, I will. He says education is the thing if you want to compete, because without it, son, life ain't very sweet. I love this man and I don't know why, except I'll need his strength until the day that I die. My mother loves him and I can tell by the way she looks at him when he holds my little sister Nell. I heard her say just the other day that if it hadn't have been for him, she couldn't have found her way. I think I'll color him father. I'm gonna color him love. I've got to color him father. I think I'll color this man love. Our real old man, he got killed in the war, and she knows she and 7 kids couldn't have gotten very far. She says she thought that she could never love again, and then there he stood with that big wide grin. He married my our mother and he took us in. And now we belong to the man with that big wide grin. I've got to color this man father. I'm gonna color him love. I've got to color him father. I believe I'll color this man love. He's just been so good to me. I know I've got to color him love. I'm gonna color him father. I've got to color this man love. He's just been so kind.
Is closed. And even though Natalie Anderson is sitting here in front of me and the spy, Becky, I don't know who this person is. There is a woman sitting in the court. Just shout hello again.
Hi.
No idea who she is. No idea.
I don't know who she is, really.
No, very strange. Natalie Anderson, actress, performer, writer, podcaster is here. I even had to do a little bit of singing and you didn't give me a strange look. And because you might know about music. That's all I'm saying. Oh, we might be bringing something up. Stay listening. I might be surprising her. Now, delighted to welcome my next guest to the show. I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I loved the book as a child. I love the film and I love the live show. We've actually got Willy Wonka himself on the show. Gareth Snook, hello.
Hello, hi Gaby.
Is it our pure imagination that you're on, or are you really here?
I'm really, really here.
Let's just get a little bit of it in the background. I'm speaking to Willy Wonka. I just love this song so much. It's so beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh, there. It's these bits at the beginning.
Make a wish. Count to 3.
Oh, you see, it makes me go all goosebumpy. I thought you might start singing along. Don't worry, you don't have to.
You know, I was tempted to, but I haven't done my warm-up yet, Gaby.
No, but also you've got to keep your voice. You be careful with your voice, because doing 8 shows a week in musicals, you know, it's incredible. Anyone that's in musical theatre, you know, we all go to watch you, and some who are lucky enough to have been in musical theatres, you know, will always in shows will always say you've no idea how exhausting it is, and to be Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's quite a thing. I mean, you've done them all, Gareth Snook.
Well, I've done a few, yeah. You know, but this one, I mean, playing Willy Wonka is an absolute roast, of course, because when he goes on, when he takes the kids through the tour of the factory in Act 2, he literally doesn't leave the stage. He does not stop. So it's, you've got to be on your toes, yeah.
Now, you're going to be at the New Wimbledon Theatre from the 21st of June, that's 3 days, until the 1st of July, New Wimbledon Theatre. You're on tour. If you want to find out more, it's charlieandthechocolatefactory.co.uk. Been working up in Manchester doing Morning Live, and there you were. I saw your picture up in Manchester. It must be, as you say, a wonderful role to play, but also touring with a show that just brings magic to everybody.
Do you know what? It's an absolute joy. I can't tell you. You know, when they offered me the role, of course, I just jumped at the opportunity. I mean, he's such an enigmatic, iconic figure. You know, he's got so many aspects to his character. He's got a wicked sense of humor. He's unpredictable, and it's just fascinating to play. You know, and the audiences, of course, they just fall in love with him immediately. You know, and particularly the kids, they just adore him, and they just get on his side immediately. It's a joy. It really is. There was one venue, I think it was Aberdeen, and I went on to take my bow, and this teenager, he must have been, I don't know, 14 or something, and he stood up and he shouted at the top of his lungs. He said, "Wonka, call me!" Like that, from the front row. And I thought, oh my Lord.
He wanted a golden ticket.
Yeah.
If you could have a golden ticket to anywhere, where would it be?
Oh, well, do you know, I follow the sun everywhere, Gaby, so wherever the sun is shining and the beach, that's me, yeah.
I don't know how to tell you this. You're touring around the UK, although at the moment there's sun everywhere, and I suppose you are going to some beaches. Are you near some beaches?
At the moment we're just preparing to do our last show in Plymouth. at the Theatre Royal in
Oh,
Plymouth.
lovely.
And,
Okay, that's
yeah,
nice.
we've been here for 2 weeks. It's been fantastic. Right on the Hoe here. We've been travelling, in our days off, travelling around the coast. It's absolutely stunning here. Yeah.
Okay, I take that back. I do love the UK. I think I think that big shows, I think it's so important because we get, in London, we become a little bit sort of blasé about the fact that the big shows are on. And I think it's fantastic that I saw your production in town. But it's wonderful that you get out there and people can come to the theatre, and theatre is alive and well and appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, after the COVID, where the industry practically shut down, it did shut down, and the joy on people coming into the theatre now is just such a relief for them and for us. It's amazing. And particularly with a show like this, which is just full of joy and laughter and unexpected events and unpredictability. It's just a joy to watch the audience's faces.
I can hear you smiling as you talk about it, which is so lovely. You've been in. I don't know why I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you the shows you've been in: Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables, Aspects of Love, My Fair Lady. I mean, classics, absolute classics. If you have children, you always say you can't choose a favourite. But if you have to choose a favourite, which would it be?
Which one of the children would I choose?
Yes.
Well, it's going to be Charlie, isn't it?
Yes, it's good. I'm pleased you said that. We've got Natalie Anderson here with me, actress and writer and presenter. Mainly actress, though. She's done so many things. Musicals. Now, you might have a musical ear, and we will be bringing that up later. But for you, musicals, your face when I was talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, your face sort of like a child.
Well, I trained in musical theatre, and
that's what I was going to be bringing up.
I did, Wicked, and then I was on tour with Fat Friends, and I totally kind of get that whole thing of going all around the country and seeing those beautiful faces in the audience when you actually perform, and everyone comes to see it and they're like, oh my god, and especially something like Charlie and like Wicked, where you have these incredible scenes for kids, kids that sometimes don't often get the chance to go to London, and they can come and see you in an amazing theatre in a big town. That's their first experience of the theatre, and it's amazing to be part of that.
It's amazing. It really is. And you're absolutely right. You watch the kids' faces in the theatre, you just, it lifts your heart. It's fantastic. And in our show, when you've got, it's spectacular in the second half, of course. It's so full of colour. And the sets are incredible when you go through each room in the factory. And, when Violet Beauregard bounces across the stage, there's this giant bloom. The kids are like beside themselves,
Oh, do you know, there's always, there's the underlying tales of those stories are just so clever. When you're an adult and you see the things that they really mean, and greed. It's about greed, let's be honest. There's so much about greed, and Charlie is just so wonderful, isn't he?
Yeah. It's such a beautiful story, and that's why it's remained such a popular book and such a popular story for so many years. It's kind of like a morality tale, I guess, isn't it, in some ways? Because the kids arrive and they're all spoilt, of course, and Wonka warns them. He says, right, don't chew that gum, don't go near the squirrel, don't go into the chocolate waterfall. And they all do. They don't listen, and their parents encourage them to do it, and they get themselves into a bit of a pickle. And everybody thinks that Wonka, I think, is a little bit misunderstood, misrepresented, because they think that he's putting these kids in danger, but of course they put themselves in danger.
Yeah, he's not. He's teaching them a lesson. I hate greed in any way, and for me that's the sort of the theme, as you say, spoilt and greed and the rest of it. And Charlie is just magical, and as is the show. Break a leg. Have a fantastic time, and thank you so much for chatting to me today. And please send my love to the rest of the cast, and have a great tour and enjoy Wimbledon, as we said, 21st of June to the 1st of July. Thank you so much for joining me today, Gareth Snook, Willy Wonka.
BBC Radio London.
Surbiton is in the news. Why is Surbiton in the news?
This might be my favourite story I've ever done for London Stories.
Your London and your life.
How difficult was it to kind of keep that within those few people, given that you've just secured a massive scoop?
Probably could not have been written in any other time in my life, and I don't think it could have been written in any other city other than London.
BBC Radio London.
This is such a strange thing. I just had to put it in the Breakfast Club.
I'm glad that you put it in because it's just such a bizarre story.
News, information, and a place to talk.
Oh, yeah. I was 5 years old, listening to the radio. I memorized every song you sang. Southern soul and blues, it's hard to fill your shoes and live up to your name. You was always on the road, singing the soul out shows, working hard to stay on top. Everybody called you JT, but to mama and me, you were just pops. I miss my daddy. I've never thought you'd leave, or the songs would ever end. Wish I could turn the page and see you back on stage, singing Cheaper to Keeper again. And just because you wasn't always there, I want you to know I understood. It wasn't easy for you, but I know you cared. You did the best that you could. Now I'm on my own, trying to sing your songs. Listen to the screams of the crowd. I hope you like what you see when you look down on me. I'm just trying to make you proud. I miss my dad. I wish that you were here, doing the things that we used to do. No, it just ain't the same. Can't nobody sing Little Blue Bird like you. I miss my daddy. I never thought you would leave, or the songs would ever end. I wish I could turn the page and see you back on stage, singing Last $2 again. I miss my daddy. I wish that you were here, doing the things that we used to do. 'Cause it just ain't the same. Can't nobody sing disco lady like you. I miss my whoa, I miss you, Pa. I'm just trying to sing the songs just like you. Oh, I miss my daddy. I wish you were here. Oh, you can tell Tyrone that the sun is holding it down. Tell Little Milton that the blues is alright. I'm crying for you, Bob. I'm trying for you. I know you're watching. Oh, I miss my daddy, yeah. I miss my Pa. I miss you, Pete.
Straight into a bit of Harry Styles. Everyone I know who's been to see him, I'm so jealous of you. see Harry Styles. I hope you had a fantastic time. If you want to share any stories, please don't, because I'm that jealous. Natalie Anderson is here. She's an actress. You would have seen her on, well, so many things, Natalie. As I said, I listed them before, but Happy Valley, Hollyoaks, The Royal, Emmerdale. You don't look any different.
Oh, God.
No, you really don't. You've done musical theatre, which was the sort of thing I was going to sneak in. But also something else, which we'll talk about in a moment.
Oh, God, you keep scaring me with this.
I know, be scared. No, actually, don't be scared at all. Don't be scared at all, because it might be wrong. But you're here to talk about your podcast, but also you're going to be in Boiling Point, which I love that film. I love Stephen. I love his wife. I just properly love them. So I want to talk to you about that. Let's go to your podcast first. So let's talk about your podcast. Yeah. It's doing so well. The capsule, official capsule, if you want to find it on socials. So it's in conversation, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So the capsule itself was like a bit of a blog, really. It was like a fashion and beauty blog. And then in 2019, I did a live event and it became much more kind of mental health centric. And over then, going into the pandemic, we set the podcast up. And there were so many issues, like women's health issues, that were just not being addressed, that what we then did is said kind of like the capsule in conversation with A, B, C. And then we've kind of grown over the last 4 years. We're like 90 something episodes in now. We were nominated for awards last year. And it's just been absolutely incredible. Like, I never set out to do this, but I find so much joy in it. And the things that, I'm able to kind of uncover from guests, and whether it's a profile guest, a celebrity guest, or an expert guest. And, there's so many issues in women's health that are just not being tackled or just kind of going under the radar, and we're able to lift the lid and get the conversation going. So it's been just an absolute joy, really.
And you've had your own health issues, though, as well, that you talk about.
Yeah, so I struggled really badly with anxiety, and I never talked about it ever. During my career, I was always like, oh gosh, you don't talk about that kind of thing, you don't say that you're nervous, or you don't say that you've, maybe feeling out of sorts, so I kept it very quiet all the way through, predominantly the most of my career. And I think sometimes those things do come back to kind of bite you in the backside a little bit, and especially during the pandemic I kind of started to struggle a bit, and I was definitely feeling really burnt out. But then when I opened that conversation up, I was like, oh my God, I'm not alone, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with me, because the feedback that we were getting with the live event that we did, all the women, when I said, I'm Natalie and I've got anxiety, and they were all like, me too. Aww. And it just felt like, wow.
That's a safe place for them. A safe
place, and that's kind of what I wanted to then share. Was I was like, wow, if I can feel like this from this support network that I've built, I want to be able to share that with as many other people as possible, really. So that's, ideally kind of what the idea was about.
And so who have you spoken to so far, and who's on your dream list?
Oh my goodness.
Apart from Louise, Mum still got it earlier.
And yourself.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Oh gosh, we've spoken to Denise Lewis, we've had Shirley Ballas, we've had oh gosh, Becky, help me. We've had
spy
Liz
in the corner.
Yeah.
She's talking. Yeah. You might not know, but earlier on, a woman walked into the studio, and none of us had any idea who she was. But no, she's a spy, and she's now. What's so incredible is Natalie's talking to her and asking her. No, you are the producer of the show.
She is like...
So we've just been kidding. Lovely Becky sitting there filming this. So it's a mixture of people opening up and being honest, and it's a podcast for women. So a support network.
Yeah, very much so. So like we kind of almost rebranded it this season and called it kind of Women and Wellbeing, to kind of just make it a little bit easier for people to, when they're scouring for things, to go, right, will that suit me? So yeah, women's health. So we've had so many different doctors on there. We've had Dr. Naomi Potter on there talking very much about the perimenopause. We've had Lisa Snowden on just a couple of weeks ago. We've got Lorraine Candy on tonight. So we talk about so many different issues with women's health.
And it's for men as well, because men can learn about their partners, their mothers, their friends. Yeah.
It's really important. I think a lot of the things that we talk about with one of our big pushes this series was the perimenopause. And I personally felt like that was a really important conversation and something that needs to be more widely discussed in business, between couples, in families. So very much men, kids, to listen in and just get that bit of extra information.
But also let's talk. So, and that's available through wherever you get your podcast.
Wonderful. And YouTube. YouTube.
Lovely. So that's Natalie Anderson. Her podcast is Official Capsule, a women's health and wellbeing podcast. And the Capsule in Conversation is available to listen on all major platforms. But you're also, I mentioned that you're currently filming Boiling Point. You're also filming something else that we can't say anything about. So I'm not sure how much. Let's talk about Boiling Point briefly, if we may. So this comes off the back of the film. Yes. The film, which was a huge success. We've spoken to quite a few of the stars of the new series. Are we going to? It's more of the same.
It is more of the same, but it's so clever because we finished filming that now, and like that was filmed back in between January and April. But it's more of the same, but at the same time, it kind of explores more domestic issues as well within the core cast. So I play a guest role that's coming in, but the way in which it was shot was just incredible, and I've never worked like that before, and it was such a joy to be on set with like Phil Barantini and with Hannah and lovely Vanette, who's a good friend of mine, who's playing Carly. And I've never worked in an environment where on set it's basically improv, like the whole thing. And it's electric. It just felt electric. The whole thing is going to be amazing. I've seen some of the shots already, and I was like, oh my God, how are you even doing this? It's amazing.
I love that you're excited by it.
I'm so excited.
And it's not out yet. Do we know the release date?
I don't know when the release date is.
Okay.
I expect it sometime, obviously, in the next 6 to 12 months. But yeah, it's going to be very special, I think.
And are you allowed to tell us anything about who you're working with as well? Can we talk about one of the greatest dames?
Yeah. So I'm also working on Fool Me Once for Netflix, which is starring the lovely, gorgeous Michelle Keegan and Richard Armitage, and also Dame Joanna Lumley.
Oh, I love her.
Honestly, I love her as well. And
I think everybody does.
Yeah, she's just the loveliest lady, and just incredible to watch, just incredible to be around. So yeah, that's been a very special project as well to be working on. So it's been quite a full-on 6 months, really.
But actually that's how it is for actors.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can be not doing anything, let's be honest, and I think that's the reality of the industry, but also then you can be really busy. Now, you talked about your musical theatre past. You're going to do musicals again? Would you like to?
The things with musicals, I love musicals, but it's the commitment to the 8 shows a week and being away for such a long time. And I have a 10-year-old. So it's not that I don't want to do them. I need to have that time to kind of dedicate to him. And then it's something I would like to definitely revisit again when he's possibly a bit older.
But maybe just at Leeds Playhouse. If something comes to Leeds Playhouse, because you live in Leeds.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful place with wonderful people. So welcoming. I love Leeds.
Yeah.
I really, really,
it's a
really
lovely
do.
Place.
Okay, now let's talk about the thing I've been teasing about.
I know. What is
it true that you were in Pop Idol?
Yes, very true. And I'm very proud of it as well.
Tell us all about Pop Idol. So that was the very first, because it was Will Young's year, wasn't it?
It was.
You got to the last 40 or something?
Last 50, and I was knocked out by the lovely Will Young as well. No! So I didn't make it into the final 10.
Tell us all about that, because nobody knew anything about these shows. This was the OG.
It was the OG, and it was terrifying, let me tell you that. And it was amazing. Like, I'd worked in telly when I was a lot younger, but then there was this show, and my mum entered me into it, and she was like, there's this thing, and it's going to be a bit like
How old were you?
Oh, I was 19. I was very young. And she was like, it's going to be like a bit like Pop Stars, but for solo singers. And so she'd entered me in. And then I got to like the first round. And Ant and Dec were so young then. And they were going around all the theatres talking to everybody. Then you'd go in and it was Simon Cowell. And it was Nicky Chapman and Dr. Fox and Pete Waterman.
And what did you sing?
I sang Hero by Mariah Carey.
Can we have a little bit?
No. It's on YouTube somewhere. My son plays it quite frequently.
Does it? Oh, so lovely.
To embarrass me.
So lovely.
But it was an amazing experience, and like you say, there'd been nothing like it before, and how we were prepared for like the press, and the press all came in, and I think we all got the sense that this was going to be something absolutely massive, and obviously it was. When you think of the final and the 2 buses going around like a campaign, like a political campaign.
Gareth Gates, who's now obviously he's doing musicals, he's in SpongeBob at the moment, and then lovely Will Young, who's a presenter and he's been in Cabaret as well. Mm-hmm. Amazing talent came out of that, and it was the start. It was pre-X Factor as well.
Pre-X Factor, pre-BGT, pre all of it. Like we were the first lot.
What year was that then?
2002. I know, 21 years ago.
I've worked out your age. You don't look that age at all. No, I knew how old you were. How wonderful. So the acting is carrying on. The singing, do you still do your singing though?
Do you know what? I haven't been, but I recently just watched Daisy Jones and the Six and was just completely like enthralled by it all. And my brother plays guitar, and so it might be something that me and my brother might be working on, a little project together.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Natalie, what a joy. Thank you so much. I know you're going to spend the rest of today with your dad.
I am, yeah.
So enjoy it. What's your dad's name?
Tony.
Tony. Happy Father's Day to you, Tony. Natalie, a real pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. And the spy in the corner, who is, in fact, Becky, your producer of your podcast. I hope the podcast goes from strength to strength, and it's The Capsule. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
George Michael, Aretha Franklin. That just sounds so good, doesn't it? I love that song. I don't hear that one often enough. I think I'm going to play it more often. So coming up in the next hour, we're going to be talking to one of the stars of the brand new Full Monty. It's got all the original stars in. It's on Disney Plus, and it is so good. I watched it with my younger daughter yesterday. We both completely fell in love with it. Also, Beth Macari will be here live. I'm going to play her brand new single.
Years ago I knew a man. He was my mother's biggest fan. We used to walk beside the sea, and he told me how life would be when I grew up to be a man. Years ago we used to play. He used to laugh when I ran away, but when I fell and hurt my knee, he would run to comfort me, and the pain would go away. Years ago I knew a boy. He was his daddy's pride and joy, but when the daddy went away, it was such a rainy day that he brought out all his sons. How the mama did explain, trying to take away the pain, but he just couldn't understand that his father was not a man, and it all was just a game. The years have passed, and so have I, making it hard for me to cry. And if and when I have a son, let it all be said and done. Let the sadness pass him by. Years ago I knew a man. He was my mother's biggest fan. We used to walk beside the sea, and he told me how life would be when I grew up to be a man. Years ago we used to play. He used to laugh when I ran away, but when I fell and hurt my knee, he would run to comfort me, and the pain would go away.
Beautiful. Coming up in the next hour, as I said, Beth Macari will be here live. We'll play her brand new single, Summer Feeling. Also, we're going to be talking about all the best things to watch on telly. Yes, I like that. Also, we have Talitha Wing. She's in the Full Monty on Disney. And in the final hour, Rashan Stone will be joining me, amazing actor. Also, Stephen Mangan will be joining me live here in the studio. But now here's Tanya with the news.
The sound of London.
Sunday lunchtimes with Gaby Roslin.
BBC Radio London.
it all up for you. I give it all up for you. I give it all up for you. I give it all up for you. Yes, 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 I would. Totally broken hearted, guilty of what I did to you. Lately since we parted, I truly know that I needed you. Yes, I do, because I give it all up for you. 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 Yes, 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 I would.
Simply Red, Something Got Me Started. Coming up in this hour, we're going to be chatting favourite TV, things that we should be looking out for. Also, I'm delighted that Talitha Wing will be joining me. She's in the Full Monty, the series, which is on Disney Plus right now. I'll be watching it yesterday. It's so good. Roshan Stone, he's a fantastic actor. He's in Tambo and Bones at Stratford East, so we're going to be chatting to him. Also, Mason Alexander Park, they are the new MC in Cabaret, so we'll be chatting to them. And also Stephen Mangan. He's just been in everything. So he's going to be here live as well. But we're joined by Beth Macari again, and we love seeing you, Beth. How have you been?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having us again.
She's very hoarse. Tell everybody why.
Well, I mean, it's kind of self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Got a bit of hay fever, I think we all have. But then I went to Magic Mike last night and, you know, just didn't really take much care of my voice when I was howling at the performers in a really positive way. Like, it was amazing.
So you enjoyed the night.
Yeah.
But there were 20 of you because you were here for a family hen.
Yeah, my cousin Kaylee's getting married in Cyprus later this year and I'm maid of honour, which is lush. So I was being really sensible being maid of honour, but I still just used... And then actually, I never told you this, there was a bit of a jam in the downstairs bar at Magic Mike, and it was like a musical theatre, which I love, jam session. And I was like, there's loads of people sat around this piano and I was singing along. And then I think they realised I could sing and they're like, oh my God, get on the microphone. And then
so
I ended
did you sing last night?
Yeah, I sang Waitress, I sang Les Mis. So that's partly why as well. I probably should have been on voice rest and just was a naughty girl.
Well, you have a new single out, and that's why you're here. We get it's so wonderful that we get first place, so thank you very much. Before we play it, though, you're going to be doing festivals, and you've got the most wonderful Mel C story.
Yeah, so I first met Mel C, I think it must have been like 5 years ago when I did a Sky One show and I fronted the house band. And Mel C was a guest on a few different occasions. I think she actually did the pilot and then did another couple of episodes. And she was just so lovely and so bubbly. And like she gave us a standing ovation. I sang the song from Let It Go from, what's that? Frozen.
Yeah, I did that. The Ice Queen. No.
Well, yeah, kind of. And she stood up and gave us a round of applause. Like, it was amazing. And then she asked us to sing backing vocals for one of her songs. I was like, oh my God, yeah. But I sang one of the lyrics wrong. And she came up to us after. It was just in the rehearsal. And she was like, you're amazing, but... And I was like, I know I sang it wrong. But she was just so down to earth and lovely. And then she tweeted, like, Beth McCarry's amazing. I had a gig in Scotland because she asked us, where's my next gig? And I was like, I'm at a place called Hemmelvart BF place in Scotland. So then she tweeted and tagged them, like this little independent beer place. Like, I was just thought she's so lovely.
She is a really lovely girl, as are you.
Thank you.
As are you. So now tell me about the new single, Summer Feeling.
So I feel like it's right up your street because it's just such a feel good song. Like, it makes us think of you because you're just such a positive, like, you literally... I feel like the sunshines that come out of your body.
This isn't about me, but bless you. Thank you.
It is. And yeah, it's just, I was really lucky. I got to go to Tenerife through a family friend who's got a gorgeous villa in Tenerife. I was like a bit cheeky and I was like, do you think I could use it for the video? And he's like, yeah. So I got to go to Tenerife, shoot a music video. And it was amazing. That's me in my element, getting to work with creative people. So I took my videographer with us, got hair and makeup and stuff styled when I was out there, and just basically filmed us having a fun holiday over 3 days. But it was great. I did get a bit seasick. We hired a boat and I managed to sing 4 takes and I was like, get me off. But my mum, Tina, who sat out there, she decided to drive the boat. That was a mistake because she thinks she's like in an action film. She becomes like the Hulk or something, and like massive waves were coming in the boat. I was like, I need to get off.
I love that. You've got Tina, your mum is an absolute delight. She's here with you today, but she's not in the studio, which is a shame. But she brought me a giant Marmite.
She did.
Which is at home, and it's just wonderful. So Summer Feeling is out now. If people want to follow you, where do they go?
Beth McCarry Music, Beth McCarry Official, just all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, all of that stuff. The single actually comes out in 2 weeks, so this is like a full-on sneaky preview.
And is it strange when you hear it on the radio?
Yeah, it is. Like, it's crazy. Like, all the people that were on the Hen were like, there's no way you're going to like be on the radio and be with Gaby Roslin. I was like, it's crazy. Like, even to me, I've met you so many times and stuff. I'm just
but I just mean the fact that when you turn on the radio, local radio up at home in Newcastle as well, that you just hear your songs on the radio. You're a star. I'm a huge fan. You've got the most phenomenal voice. You've done our live shows, and it's just always such a joy to see you.
Thank you.
Would you
so
like
much.
to introduce the first play of Go For It?
So yeah, this is my next single. It's coming out on the 7th of July and it's called Summer Feeling. And I'm Beth McCarry.
It's Saturday, the sun is shining, I'm feeling so good. It's time to play, turn up the music, come over, you know you should. We'll put the roof down and drive around, ain't got no trouble. Turn up the Motown, we'll sing and dance all night away. I got this summer feeling, living my summer dream, yeah. I got this summer feeling, I came here for love. It's been too long since I've seen you, I'm ready now. The night is young, I wanna let go, I'ma show you round town. Open the whiskey, it's time to go and cause some trouble. You're all that I need, you and I. this summer feeling, living my summer dream, yeah. I got this summer feeling, I came here for love. Summer, got this summer feeling, summer, got my summer dream, yeah, summer, I can't stop the feeling. I'm singing summer, got this summer feeling, summer, got my summer dream, yeah, summer, I can't stop the feeling. I'm singing, oh, 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 I got this summer feeling, living my summer dream, yeah. I got this summer feeling, I came here for love. I got this summer feeling, living my summer dream, yeah. I got this summer feeling, I came here for
Summer Feeling, Beth McCary. How was that hearing it played?
It's just crazy every time, especially because it's not even out there yet. It's crazy that you're sharing it with all your listeners and stuff. Like, I just love that.
Oh, it's lovely. It is a proper summer anthem. You can just see
Yeah.
people in
I just want people to have
shorts
a boogie
and vests and just
yeah,
jumping around.
vibing it.
So you're going to be doing any live events? You're going to be doing any festivals?
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward. I did this festival a few years back and I loved it. And it's called Hardwick Live. So Mel C's actually on the bill. Freya Ryden, who I think's got a beautiful voice. She is. The Kooks. Like, there's so many amazing people. Like, I feel so lucky that I get to share a stage with these people. That's
Oh,
amazing.
how fantastic. When's that?
That's on August 18th. I think.
Right. So if people want to get tickets, how do they get tickets?
Just Google Hardwick Live. There is, you can do camping. It's like over 3 days and stuff. They've got a huge
Oh, how
lineup.
lovely.
It's brilliant.
Oh, we'll enjoy it. And Beth McCary,
you.
as always, as I say, you are a superstar.
That means so much.
No, but you are.
Well, your love is worse than cigarettes. Even if I had 20 in my hands. Oh, babe, your touch, it hurts more than hangovers. No, that bottle don't hold the same regret. And my mother said